Hey y'all, the trade deadline is over and now we can settle into that end of the season grind for good. But before we can get to that, let's get you caught up on the last week with the Jackets. On Monday night, the Jackets lost 1-5 to the top of the East Tampa Bay Lightning. The sole Jacket goal came from Lucas Sedlak, while two different Lightning players, Kucherov and Point, each got a pair of goals. Corpy goes in net, and he did make some pretty good saves during the game, but 5-1 is 5-1. On Tuesday, after an incredibly memorable John Tortorella press conference that we'll come back to later, the Jackets lost to the Canadiens 2-3. It was pretty close, and most Jackets would agree that we deserved to walk away with at least a point there, but if we all got what we deserved in hockey, then the Penguins would have never won a Stanley Cup. So, Josh Anderson and Nick Foligno both scored, with Anderson also assisting on Foligno's goal, and Boone Jenner assisting on both goals. Boone has actually been really good lately, especially early last week when the top line was almost invisible. Bob was in net on Tuesday and he got another chance to guard the goal on Friday night in Ottawa when the Jackets won 3-0. Josh Anderson, Kim Atkinson, and Oliver Bjorkstrand scored, and Anthony Duclair assisted on two of those goals, which was great because Torts made some probably true but really harsh comments about his play and skill level on Tuesday. And then Bob was, of course, on fire. The Saturday Hockey is for Everyone game was a rousing success as the Jackets helped Bob get his second shutout in a row with a 4-0 victory over the San Jose Sharks. Boone, Cam, Luke, and brand new Blue Jacket Matt Duchene scored, though Duchene and Cam were the only Jackets to get more than 1 point on the night. Defense wasn't fantastic in the first half of the game, but that was expected with the Murray injury. Okay, game's out of the way. Now let's get on to the exciting stuff. So the Tuesday Torts presser. First and foremost, Artemi Panarin was very, very sick. There are many people who've covered John Tortorella's comments, so if you want to know what they were, you can Google them. But basically, Artemi Panarin was just super sick. It was gross. Now, the other thing there was, he said some stuff about Anthony Duclair. When you first looked at the comments, a lot of them were out of context, and it just seemed like it was unnecessarily harsh and biting. But then when I watched the full video, I understood what he was saying. Admittedly, still saying that Duclair was talented but didn't know how to play hockey maybe. It wasn't great, but I could see where he was coming from. It was still kind of discouraging, so that's why it was so exciting that Duclair's play on Friday and Saturday were great. Of course, then he got traded, and we'll come back to that, I promise. But Torts and Jarmo have had nothing but good things to say about him since. So, it's fine, I guess. Regarding IR and other scratches, Ryan Murray is injured and has an upper body injury and he's out indefinitely because his curse has finally returned and whoever had been bubble wrapping him in between games this year could not protect him forever. Mark Skanikainen, however, was sick and missed a decent amount of games, but he's officially off IR now, and Alexander Wennberg has been scratched for the last 2 games. It's... okay, so I'm a Wennberg fan, and I really thought that he was going to be gone by 3 p.m. Monday, but he's not. And Torts did say on Friday night that he missed having money on the PK, so maybe there's still hope for him as a Jacket, even if he's not quite living up to what the club might want from his contract. Alright, now on to the thing that we actually care about, the trades. On Friday morning, the Jackets sent Vitaly Abramov, Jonathan Davidson, and 2 conditional first-round picks to the Ottawa Senators for Matt Duchene, who slotted into the middle of the Panarin-Atkinson line very easily and scored a goal in his nationwide debut. The Jackets also got Julius Bergman and immediately assigned him to the AHL. Then, after the game on Saturday, and I mean right after the game, as in I was there, and by the time that I got back to my car, I had 3 texts about the trade. The Jackets sent Anthony Duclair and 2 second-round picks, one for 2020 and one for 2021, to Ottawa for former Ohio State player Ryan Dzingel, who Matt Duchene picked up on a privately chartered plane when he flew back to Ottawa to pick up his family on Sunday. And on Monday morning, the Jackets acquired goalie Keith Kincaid from the Devils in exchange for a 2022 5th-round pick. And finally, the Jackets sent the Rangers a 4th and a 7th-round draft pick for Adam McQuaid, who had been drafted a Jacket in 2005, but never played a game in the Union Blue. The Columbus Blue Jackets now only have a 3rd and a 7th round pick in this year's draft, with the 7th rounder being something that we got from Calgary. We also have 6 UFAs, where we only had 2 last Monday. Shane and Desirable both seem, at least hypothetically, interested in signing long-term in Columbus, and I know that the lack of picks is scary. I personally am very scared, but Frank Walker, who does Shoot One's podcast, said it best on Saturday when he asked, how many years have the CBJ been one of the youngest teams in the league? We're good now, so let's take a shot. We have plenty of prospects, because Yarmo has been loading up the farm for like the past 5 years. It's time to take the shot and try to stop being the only team in the NHL without a playoff series win to their name, especially since we're third in the division right now. It is still close because we are in the Metro and the Metro is terrible, but it's time, right? And that'll be it for me. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Click that like if you liked this. Click subscribe if you loved it. I'm Lydia. This is Cannon Fire. And until next time, let's get into the grind.